Hey, what's up everyone? It's Bobby. Today I have a review for you guys, and I'm going to be reviewing my brand new Sanyo Xacti VPC TH1. Now this is a high definition pocket camcorder, I guess, and it shoots in 720p, not full 1080p high definition. It shoots in 720p. And excuse me for shooting my review with this without using this camera. I know I promised that all my reviews were going to be in high definition and shot with this camera, but it's kind of hard to shoot a review of a camera when the camera you would be using to shoot the review with is the camera you're reviewing, if that makes sense to you guys. So I did take a lot of high quality pictures with a nice camera, and I'm going to be having those displayed as I'm talking about it and letting you guys know what I think, so stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing I want to go over with you guys is the hardware. Now, my review, I think it's going to be a three-part review. I'm going to be talking about the hardware, the software, and the usability, and if I recommend this camera. So the first thing I'm going to be talking to you guys about is the hardware. So first of all, this camera is very small. Compared to other handheld pocket camcorders that you just slip into your hand and you record movies with, this one is very small. That was one of the first things that I noticed, and I'll give you guys a size comparison. I know there's going to be pictures showing right now giving you guys a size comparison compared to an iPhone 3G, but as you guys see, it is very small. It's not even as long as an iPhone. I mean, if you can see that. It's just a very tiny, very portable camcorder, and the build quality seems very solid. Now, one thing that I did notice is that the screen itself, if you guys can see that, it does wiggle a little bit up and down, which is kind of a little bit of a knockoff on it for me, but overall the build quality is very solid. So that's the first thing I wanted to go over. It does come with a very nice little lens cover and another little strap that if you guys can see that, lets you attach it. One thing I didn't like though is that when you're filming something, your strap is bouncing around and so is your lens cover, and it's very kind of in the way, and it always smacks against your arm and you can hear the sound if you're doing it. So one thing that I figured out to do is, if you guys see this hand strap that comes with it, if you guys see there's like a little kind of like a little strap right there, I just take the lens cover and I tuck it in there, and it doesn't bounce around and it's out of the way and it stays nice and tight in there and you don't have to worry about it. So that's just another little tip that I'm giving you guys with this camera. Now overall, all the buttons are very easy to understand. There's just a very universal record button. There's taking a picture button. Now this camera does shoot 2 megapixel pictures, which isn't that great, and the video recording is 720p. But the nice thing about this is when you're using the camera, you don't have to switch into a record mode or switch into a picture mode. It's just one normal mode and you can choose to take pictures or take video, which is very nice. The playback is very easy. I know a lot of times when you pick up a new camera, it's kind of complicated and you don't know how to look at what you recorded. It's very simple. You just click the play button and it says record and playback. There's a little 4-way kind of analog stick right here that lets you it's kind of like directional arrows, if that's what you want to call it, and then there's a center click button that's easy to use, and menus to access all your settings, which is also very nice. As you guys see right here, if you've seen my unboxing, you probably know all this. Right here, there's your power in, so that's how you charge it. You just plug it right in. Very simple. The power brick that you use isn't that big either, so that's always a nice little thing. And there's a little switch down right here that allows you to pop the battery door off, which is located on the bottom, and you're seeing pictures of all this right now as I'm talking. So that's always nice. The color itself is really nice. It's this kind of like metallic finish, vibrant blue color, and it does look really great. The top also is nice. You have your tight and wide little kind of flicker right here to allow you to zoom in and stuff like that. There's a microphone right here and 2 microphones on the front. There's also a flash right there, and the lens itself is very nice. Now back to what I was saying on the lens cover. One thing I did not like about this is that it did have this little lens cover that is removable and you have to attach it with a strap, whereas on my old camcorder, which is much bigger, if you guys can see that, it did have a little switch right here that allowed you to flip it down and flip it up and flip it down and stuff like that, and that just made it really convenient, and it was a very, very good inclusion or whatever, a very good feature on the JVC camera. But I guess it's not that big of a deal. It is kind of cumbersome sometimes being used to that, but it's whatever. I mean, the camera itself is much better than that one, so that's that. Now, when you open it, it does have an auto start feature, which is very nice. The second you open it, you don't even have to press the on button. It just turns it on automatically for you, and you get faced with this beautiful 3-inch LCD display. Now, this must be kind of weird. You're seeing me through another camera, anyway. It does have some on-screen displays. It tells you how many more minutes you have left in recording. The nice thing about this is it gives, for a 2 megabyte SD card, this uses SD cards. For a 2 gigabyte SD card, SDHC, which is, I don't know, just a better SD card, I get half an hour of HD video, 720p video, which is always nice. And I'm planning on getting a much bigger one, like a 16 gig or a 32 gig or something along those lines. So that's always nice. And then it also tells you how many pictures you have left, so I can get a little more than 1,400 pictures or something around there. So that's always nice. Now, if you're using a Mac with this camera, it's very, very, very easy to get the video on there. It records in MPEG-4 AVC, which is always nice, and it's high definition. And so if you use SD cards, which is very nice about having my brand new iMac, as many of you know if you've watched my review, the iMac uses SD cards, and as you guys see on the inside, there's a little door or latch or whatever you want to call it that flips open and gets you access to the memory card. It's very easy to get it. You just push in and it pops right out, and here's the memory card itself. And once you remove the memory card, by the way, it tells you that it's going to be storing to the internal memory. This also has HDMI out and USB AV in, and that's how you're supposed to transfer the data from the camera to your computer. But I like to use the SD card, which is much faster. And if you guys have an SD card reader, an SD card slot built into your laptop, or if you have the new iMac uses or has a built-in SD card slot under the DVD drive. You just take that and you pop it right into the side of your computer, and it recognizes it almost instantly. As you guys see, it should pop up. Here, I'll show you my icons real quick. And right there, it's already popped up, Xacti right here. And if you don't want to import it through iMovie and you just want to get it straight off your thing, you just keep clicking into the folders, and it will eventually lead you to the footage you've recorded, which here is the most recent clip I've recorded, and you can just drag it straight to your desktop, and that's how you can import it. Or you can open iMovie, and iMovie recognizes that you put in a memory card really quickly, and it'll import it almost immediately. So it's very, very fast, very, very easy to use.